Hey Internet, and welcome to a really quick hitting pearls of wisdom update for today. I just wanted to quickly talk in reaction or response to a post that I recently put on the pearlresearch.com website, which was titled "The Vision for the Future of Physiotherapy." And I encourage people to read it. I'm still quite happy with it, and glad to see that I've gotten a little bit of engagement. If you haven't read it already, I encourage you to do so, and leave some comments, engage in some discussion. Where do you think we're going? This certainly is a big part of what keeps me up at night as far as physical therapy, not just here in Canada, but around the world, just sort of who we are, where we're going. And it will be a big part of my Physio Moves Canada project next year, in which I'm driving across the entire country of Canada to try and understand from the clinician's perspective where we're going. But I just wanted to make a comment here. So those who have a chance to read it will see, for example, that I've made comments around neck and low back pain and whiplash, probably reducing in frequency as far as presentations to physiotherapists go. You'll see another one that I made regarding the value of manual therapies and how I anticipate the value of those may start to decline. The reason I'm highlighting these is because I want to make sure it's clear that there's a difference between making a prediction and saying, I want these things to happen. Now, do I want fewer whiplash injuries in the world? Yes, of course. Do I want less need for rehab insofar as there are fewer people getting injured, fewer people requiring rehab and getting into chronic long-term pain problems? Absolutely. That would be a wonderful dream. However, for context, I just want people to understand that I have made my name in the whiplash and neck pain fields. Part of my job here at the university is teaching in our advanced manual manipulative therapy field. I'm a fellow of the Canadian Academy of Manipulative Physical Therapists. I'm not making a comment. When I make predictions, I'm not making a comment on what I want to see happen. I'm making a comment on what I anticipate happening. And the point of doing that is largely awareness. And what I hope will happen is, in some people, those predictions might cause a bit of an emotional reaction because they don't want to see that change. They want to see some of those things come to fruition. I mean, look, technology is going to continue to advance regardless, but some of these other things, if we were to act now, there may still be time to alter that course if people think that's important, if they want it. So the point of putting predictions out like this and making these sorts of, sort of futurist views is to say to folks, if nothing changes, this is what I see happening 10 to 15 years from now. If we're happy with that, nothing needs to happen. But if we're not happy with that, then think of it as a call to action. Maybe it's time to think, okay, I want to maintain my hands-on manual skills and be able to provide those interventions to patients as part of what I see myself doing as a physiotherapist, as part of who I think being a physiotherapist is. Great. In that case, we ought to be doing something about it now. And I don't think, for example, a race to the bottom as far as price and cost goes, but maybe the things we ought to be doing is ensure that we continue to provide that sort of elite level of care, that we look for opportunities to conduct research that shows that our outcomes when we provide these different types of interventions are better than what people would get from perhaps other less trained professionals. So I just want to make that clear. I don't want anyone saying, oh, Dave wants to see us get rid of this, that, and the other thing. That's not at all the case. In some cases, I think there's probably reason to be optimistic for the future, and that, again, advances in science, advances in technology are going to make our jobs even better and make us more effective at them in the future, and we need to be ready to embrace those, maybe even create those, if you look at the bottom of that post. But in other cases, some people may say, I don't want that change, and what I hope that a post like mine does is encourages those people to think about what needs to be doing now to alter the course of what I see coming 10 to 15 years from now. Hope that's clear. All the best.